Sketch the graph of y equals negative 2 to the power of x plus 1 minus 5. And I'm just going to get started again with the graph of y equals 2 to the power of x. Make the appropriate changes to arrive at our destination, which is the graph of y equals negative 2 to the power of x plus 1 minus 5. So let's go step by step. There are three major changes that are happening here. First, let's consider this one. What is this negative doing here? What this will do is that it will basically reflect the graph of y equals 2x squared downward on the y equals 0 for the x axis. So it looks something like this. Then we're adding 1 to x. We have x plus 1. That will just shift every point to the left by 1 unit. So left by 1. And then we have the minus 5 here. What will the minus 5 do? It will just shift every point down by 5 units. So down by 5. Great, so let's get started. And I'll just basically do point by point almost, just so that everyone can follow. And right away though, I'm just gonna actually draw the new asymptote, because our old asymptote, the asymptote for y equals 2 to the power of x, is just y equals 0. So now I can just shift it down by 5 units. So it'll be somewhere around here. So that's y equals negative 5. The new asymptote. Great. So now let's see what other things are going to happen. So let's take this point, for example, which is 0, 1. Because of this negative, it got reflected down here. Then we're going to shift it to the left by 1 unit and down by 5. Look at that. Great. How about this point over here? So first transformation, you'll get reflected on the x-axis. So 1 and 2 will become 1 and negative 2. So it's right there right now. Then we'll get shifted 1 unit to the left and 5 units down. Right here. One more point. How about this guy? 2, 4, which will become 2, negative 4. Down, left by 1 and down by 5. There we go. So now I can just connect the dots. That's too straight for my liking, to be honest. I kind of just want to illustrate that you'll get very close to the asymptote but won't actually touch it, right? So it looks something like this. I wish this was a little bit smoother. But I think that you guys get the idea. So we have negative 2, x plus 1 minus 5. And of course, I wish my asymptote was straight on also. But it's just this line, y is equal to negative 5. So that's it. Our red graph over here, this line represents y equals negative 2 to the power of x plus 1 minus 5. That's it.